Ooh, Caddy.
Hey, what's good? It's Cadillaktrackz. I'm just here, sitting here with Fruity Loops. I got a quick tip today. It's number 94. Today's quick tip is about the randomizer. I see that I never did go over this, but it's something I use all the time. The randomizer is an option, a tool that's available in the piano roll. So once you have the piano roll up like this right here, the randomizer is real good, especially when I'm laying down hi-hats. So let's just say, for example, I was laying down hi-hats, and let me just see if I can get a hi-hat in here real quick. So if I'm laying down a hi-hat right here, and let's just say I had it going every 2 bars right here, like so. And this was my pattern right here. The randomizer, what the randomizer will do is it can actually randomize, or kind of like the humanize or the variation feature on Machine. But what I can do is I can actually have these notes right here, and I can push Alt and push R, or I can go to the options right here, the tools, and then go to randomizer right here. So I push Alt and R, it brings up this randomizer right here. I use this a lot on my hi-hats because, as you can see, it gives you these options down here where I can, this is what it looks like with nothing selected. I can select the top, which is a pattern. It'll actually make a random pattern for me. This is actually good, again, when you're making melodies or you're trying to come up with something creative. If you just put a plugin in, it'll come up with a random pattern for you. You can even put it in a scale. Look right here. I can put it in a scale. I can even put it in a chord or a scale. So, and then I can affect the variation in the length, meaning how long it is, and just a lot of stuff right there. But I usually use it right here on the levels right here, because what I can do is I can actually affect the pan of my hi-hat. So I can actually have them panning a little bit like so, just by moving this knob. It's panning them left and right. If I don't like that right there, I can go right here to seed. It'll make a new random pattern for me, a random variation. So I'll just find one I like. I like that right there. And then I'd use it a real lot on the levels, because, with hi-hats, you don't want them just to sound robotic and all the same. So just move the knob a little bit, and it'll give me a randomization, or random random velocity settings for each note. And I'll go through it sometimes. I'll push seed, and it'll go through and it'll find different patterns, and I'll get one that actually kind of looks good, and I'll just go ahead and I'll accept it. And then sometimes I might have 1 or 2 that I don't like, and from there it just helps me just add a little bit of variation. I just added, you can see right here, I added pan to the notes, and I added velocity to the notes, all using just the Alt R randomizer. So it's real good on drums and percussive instruments like so. You can add pan, velocity, and I can even do a little bit more with it. Up here in the pattern mode, I can actually randomize patterns. So this is Cadillaktrackz. Just want to go over the randomizer. It's something I use all the time, something we all need to know about. So if you didn't know about that, just push Alt R when you're having your hi-hats down. Go ahead and affect the click right here on levels and go ahead and affect the pan a little bit and the velocity on your hi-hats. Give them a little bit more rhythm and bounce and variation. Cadillaktrackz, quick tip, one.